It's all very spiritual and metaphysical, these things. And, uh, I just pray and meditate, and I ask God to protect me and my family. And when you see things like people who say that they want to cause harm to people and they pray over these things, we need to be wary, and we need to be very aware of that these people are used as hosts. Their bodies are just vessels, and they are not full of the Holy Spirit. We need to beware. And people who are not trying to live a true, authentic life and do what they have to do day in and day out and be a good person because they want to, that's the people that really deserve the mercy and the grace. So yeah, like I said, I love the Lord. I pray and meditate all day, every day. I just had to put these things out here because it's very kind of disturbing that these things add up on the calendar if you count them in the phases of 7. And I figured out why so hard, like why it was coming on me so heavy and tough from like spirit to focus on the moon phases and focus on why I was focusing on the moon phases in the first place. And I figured it out because these things are coming down to events, mass casualty events, souls harvesting. It's very sad. Namaste. And I pray that we all can find some peace. Okay, so if you go back to the 25th on the calendar, October 25th, and you count 7 days, complete a cycle. The 31st is the completion. And that's when those very traumatic events happen all around that time. When the Shanquilla, her friend got murdered by her boyfriend, and then she succumbed to her injuries by that brutal beating we all saw. I don't even want to say, by her friends. They seem like by enemies. And, these things cannot be coincidences. When the moon is changing, there's things that are happening that we have to be aware of. And the spirit put it on me. Everything for me is intuition. I pray and meditate heavily as a Reiki practitioner. And my energy, my energy is very sacred to me. So when I go on the calendar and I go ahead and I circle, for me personally, I circle the moon phases. And if you look, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th, those are complete cycles. The 23rd was a complete cycle, and that mass shooting just happened in Virginia at 12 o'clock midnight. Isn't that not a coincidence? And what happened? People have to understand there are people out here that have love, light, but there are people out here that are being used as hosts by these two-headed beasts, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, doesn't matter who you pray worship to, these all are biblical events, and I think they are put out here like this to where they even add up dates on the calendar because it's all spirit. Good morning. So I just really noticed something that was just very, I don't know if it's a coincidence or very disturbing, but I've been having the feeling November 2022, there has been some very interesting events that have been occurring. I'm gonna have to do more research, but if the Club Q shooting was on the 18th, and as of today, the 23rd, the new moon phase was completed 12 o'clock midnight. That mass shooting in Virginia happened at 12 o'clock. And if you go back a week, the 25th, prior to the full moon phase of October 31st, was the 7th day to complete the cycle.